Hey Harvest, we hope that you were encouraged either by being able, over the weekend, either by being able to attend the concert, the Andrew Peterson concert on Saturday night, which was terrific, the opportunity to be together yesterday morning, or the opportunity to track with the live stream of the sermon over the course of yesterday as well. Thankful for all those opportunities to get together and meet in some form or another. And so with that in mind, we just want to give you an update as to what's coming in the week ahead, as we have it on this right here at the start of the week. Obviously this is fluid and subject to change as the government updates its advice and guidance around about things. But as things stand, our plan is to continue to meet on Sunday mornings for as long as possible. A number of people came up to me and said what a blessing that had been to be able to meet, and what an encouragement to be able to do that. So our plan is to continue to do that. The difference is that going forward until further notice, Harvest Kids will not be happening, which means that if you have kids of an age who are able to sit through the worship and teaching element of the service, we would love you to bring them along as part of to participate in that. Our intention is to live stream both the worship and the teaching element of the service from this point forward. So if you do not have kids who are able to do that, then the plan is for you still to be able to be able to track with what's going on in our service at home, either live, which would be our preference for you just to continue just in that pattern together as a family, or at some point over the course of the days you're able to look back on that. And that's going to be broadcast on YouTube rather than Facebook, just to make that a bit more accessible for folks as well. And there'll also be a recording of the message put up later on in the day. So those are some things that are happening this Sunday. We really want to, and really the goal is to live stream regardless going forward, so that people who have childcare concerns or who are self-isolating because they have that new or continuous cough and the temperature that we need to be watching out for, or because they have those pre-existing health conditions which make them a part of a vulnerable group. Our desire is really to serve you well at this time by providing worship and teaching every week. So that will continue to be our pattern going forward. So you can just be tracking with that, and hopefully that will bless you in some ways. If there's ways we can be better serving you, please don't hesitate to contact myself, Scott at harvestglasgow.org, or any one of the other elders at harvestglasgow.org. Couple of other things: additional ministries away from us Sunday are going to be postponed until further notice, which means that small groups, Harvest Men's and Ladies, and prayer night are not going to be meeting in the format in which you've become accustomed. Our plan with small groups, because that's really the first thing to kind of hit the schedule as we look ahead. The plan with small groups is for us to be communicating with your small group leaders, and for them in turn to be able to communicate with you a new plan for that, so that you can stay connected with one another, so you can continue to encourage one another, so you can be in the Word together and you can be praying for one another. That's really the goal of our times together, and the goal doesn't change, just the format of that is going to have to change just in the immediate term. So your small group leaders will be in contact with you. Small group leaders, we're going to be in contact with you as well, just to let you know what our thoughts are around about that. So this is a time really where we'd want to encourage you to be checking in on one another and caring for one another well. If you haven't heard from someone, or somebody comes onto your mind and in your heart, take time not just to pray for them for sure, but to reach out to them as well. We'd really want to encourage you to be helping one another to continue to feel connected to our church family, and through that to be able to encourage one another to look towards the Lord at what is a tricky and difficult time, and a time of concern for a great number of folks. Let's continue to be light in the world as Jesus is light in our lives. Let's continue to believe that the light has come into the world and the darkness has not overcome it and will never overcome it. We're thankful for those encouragements from John 1 and looking forward to being back in John 1 this Sunday. So if you've got any questions or concerns about any of these things, any way we can serve you or pray for you, email elders@harvestglasgow.org, and we would gladly do all that we can to do so. You're loved.